Prof, before we began, I said to you, part of the plank of the conversation this morning will be my own education.
That's correct.
That I wanted to be educated on the concrete outcomes of Wednesday's meeting, decisions reached. I've read, and in the story this morning, that another conference is billed for Enugu subsequently. I'm not going to get into that. What were the solid decisions taken at yesterday's meeting?
Okay. One of the decisions, one of the resolutions I reached yesterday was that Igbo agenda dialogue is not in opposition with Ohanaeze and Igbo. Because people will say, oh, they met yesterday, they want to form a parallel. That's not true. Ohanaeze and Igbo is still the apex socio-cultural organization of all Igbo worldwide. All Igbo in every state in this country and in diaspora. So we're not taking that out. What this dialogue is all about is for us to come up with political strength, political ideas, political unity that will make the Igbo people relevant in the Nigerian politics. That hasn't happened. If you listen, most times where you have conferences or summit, economic summit, security summit in the Southeast, Igbo nation, there has not been a single political summit, unlike other regions in the country. So what we are trying to do with this think tank, with this dialogue, with this agenda, is for us to take a step back, reassess where we have got it wrong, and try to build a formidable force politically in Nigeria. That is what this is all about.
Okay. You just said that other regions have done so. One of the challenges which many Igbo intellectuals and commentators put on the table is that there's so much suspicion of the Igbo in Nigeria. Even though they say that the second largest group in every state in this country, apart from the indigenous population. They always follow the indigenous population. But that spread has also created a sense of suspicion, a move towards takeover, a move towards domination. That word, domination, has been ringing for the Igbos since I knew politics under NCNC. So I knew the comments in the different houses of assembly when the regions were here. You are beginning this to create a common front, a common political front that will determine where you stand with your spread and your population. Are you not oiling that machine of suspicion again?
Absolutely not. For any individual to have such mindset, for any Nigerian that is not of the Igbo extraction to have that mindset, it's not true. The reason being that there's a proverb that the Igbo say, I'm going to say it in Igbo.
Yes.
Asim go nu bi kona watch. In other words, you make home wherever place you find yourself. If we're a republic in nature and we have this spread, if you go to the core north, I have privilege to live in Yola for 4 years. If you go around Yola town, Jamera area, you will find out that most of the decent houses, with all due respect, are owned by the Igbos. They make home wherever they farm themselves. They don't just go and say, well, I'm going to fold my hand, take the resources from this one. And no, they reinvest. I don't see that as being dominant. You are helping, instead of using the dominance, I used another word, development. They try to develop where they find themselves. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Is it better that you live in a society, you live in a village, if you are sick, you cannot find a local pharmacy to get a drug or medication to take care of yourself? You have to travel
to the state capital.
To state capital. So the Igbos in most cases make this,
bring those things nearer to the people.
To the people. Is that dominance? Absolutely not. What we as black people, globally, irrespective of our ethnic background, is to work together as united front. That's only way we can be able to put our feet down and make that positive impact globally. But when we start to discriminate and start to marginalize within ourselves as a race, it's giving other races the weapon to defeat us on every front. And we have seen that play out numerous times.